Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things, all supports the channel, it's always very much appreciated. And we are continuing with the retro card Fantastic Four from Marvel Legends, and in this video we're looking at Sue Storm, or the Invisible Woman. So what do we get in the box with her? We get these alternate hands, which are like the closed fist hands, and we also get her effect piece that we've seen with pretty much every release of Sue Storm, I believe now. And I don't think we've had it with anyone else, so it's quite unique to her, but we've got lots of them floating around. Now, as far as figures go, she's quite nice. She's a standard female buck. She's got her classic white and blue costume on, and there's all the articulation that you would expect in a figure of this size. Now, having a look at this head sculpt, there has been quite the controversy on the internet because not a lot of people like the actual head sculpt. Now, I must admit, it's not the most flattering Sue Storm that we've had. The hair is great. The hair is very much reminiscent of that classic look from the comic books, but the face just has a very odd expression. Now, I'm not sure if this was the kind of look they were going for, or just when the paint application was added, it sort of turned out this way, because it's the same head sculpt on the invisible version, the Pulse exclusive. There's a slight height difference there because of the bend in the knees, but yeah, it's the same head sculpt that's on this version, but it doesn't look anywhere near as kind of bad on the invisible version. I think that's just because there's no paint application. Now, no disrespect to the painters, obviously, at Hasbro Marvel Legends. I just think it was an odd sculpt to go with, and when you add the detail, it doesn't look that great. So let's pull in a couple of others. Here's the modern version of Sue Storm that we had in the black and blue outfit, and then obviously the Walgreens exclusive version of her in the other blue and black, but the reverse colours. That one's my favourite just because you can see both of her arms are kind of phasing, so it kind of represents what she is, the Invisible Woman, that she's kind of turning invisible. But when you have all three together, there's three very different looks, very different hairstyles, very different outfits, and obviously very different costumes. So it's nice to have all three, and they'll all look very good on the shelf. Just turn the Walgreens around so you can see that invisible hands there. I just think they did a really good job with the Walgreens version. Across the whole team, all of them are really, really cool, and definitely my favourite lineup still. But the retro carded version is very good, and the white and blue costume is definitely an iconic look, so I'm really pleased to actually have that one in the collection. But what to do about that head? Now, there's a lot of people on the community groups on Facebook and Instagram, etc., that are swapping the head out for a different version. A lot of people are opting for the modern version just because she's quite an easy one to get hold of, so you can swap that head over and have a better head sculpt. But I really do like the hair, so I wanted to find a head that worked. So this is a Dazzler Head, and I've removed the kind of makeup markings on her face, and I think that she fits in quite nicely with the other ones. But I didn't want to just do a straight swap because I wasn't a huge fan of that hairstyle on Sue Storm. So let me just take her away and I'll show you what I did. First of all, if I swap out some pieces with the invisible version, you actually get a really nice look. Now, this is definitely my favourite look, with the head and the hands both invisible. However, if you go for this look, then you're buying two figures just to obtain this look, one of those figures being a Pulse exclusive, and that's a very pricey kind of way of doing it, because you're left with this figure here with no head and no hands and nothing to do with it. So I'm definitely going to use this look in photographs, just when maybe a team shot. The white hands there don't work on that body, just tried that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to use this look in photographs. Feel free to obviously use it as well. I doubt I'm the first to do it, but it leaves you with this quite cool translucent body with no head and no hands. So it's definitely not a sustainable one for your displays, maybe just one for the odd photograph here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick head swap. So I'm going to take the hair off of the Sue Storm and pop it on that Dazzler Head, and there we go. The power of editing, nice and quick. Now all I did was heat it up, so you can do this with a hairdryer, or you can boil some water and pop the head in, and there's no tools that are needed. You can literally just simply heat both heads up, pop the heads off, swap the hair over, and then a little bit of glue or tack or something will hold that in place. But you can easily go back to how it was. So you're not damaging any of the figures, but you're getting a much more flattering look for Sue Storm. When you actually look at the head sculpt as well without the hair on, it really is quite hideous looking. No disrespect intended to Hasbro, because 9 out of 10 times they do hit the mark, but this particular head sculpt, it's just got this weird kind of underbite, and it's just not very flattering. When you look at these behind her, look at him. It's just, Sue Storm's always been a very kind of glamorous character, so just swapping this head over for one of the other Hasbro figures I think is a much nicer look, and I'm definitely pleased with that. So there we go, there's the 4 versions of Sue Storm that we've had. The Walgreens, the Invisible Pulse exclusive, the new retro card, and the modern look. And it's really nice to have 4 very different versions. If you're enjoying the 5-minute figure reviews, please do like, share, subscribe, and check out my other Fantastic Four retro card reviews. See you soon.